Not trying to get copyrighted.
I mean, technically we can. We're live, by the way. Technically we can. We just, if I have clips turned off, so people can't really clip it. If we do start talking or we do start like singing songs and stuff. So
True. Very
hey,
true.
feel free. You got the dulcet tones. You got that deep, gravelly voice.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna give you one that I know you're gonna know,
No,
and it's great that we're doing it
I
now
feel like you're
because
forcing me to join in. I feel
I'm
like
not
that's.
forcing. You don't need to if you don't want to. I'm just picking one that I know you'll know.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I've got you
Ooh, that's damn. Hey,
under my skin.
you went for the full croon too. Like I felt that.
I've got you
Ooh. All right.
deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of
Damn that deep note.
me. I've got you
Yeah.
under my skin.
Hell yeah.
I've tried so.
I gotta say, my favorite part is when he hits that little breakdown. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might,
for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice, comes in the night and repeats how it yells in my ear.
Yeah. Don't you know,
You
you
know,
fool?
you never can win.
Hey.
Use your mentality.
Damn right.
Step up, wake up to reality. But each time that I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. All right, that's enough of that.
How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Look at that.
What's
Bringing
going on,
us in, warming us up.
That was a nice warm.
Support El Muchacho. How you doing, man? Good morning.
Welcome.
It's probably super early
welcome.
for you. Yeah, these West Coasters, man. That's support. That's love.
We appreciate it at all times.
I'm gonna kiss you when I find you in chat later. Such a chat.
Oh god.
Yo, interestingly enough, actually, I was talking to a customer at my day job last night, and talking to them about like our friend group and how we are in the Discord and how we try to like preach positivity and like we'll call each other out on stuff, but we also defend each other and like we try to tackle that whole toxic masculinity shit in our own little way. And she was over the moon. Like she was telling me how she has a bunch of companies that really boil down to just one thing, showing people love.
That's good.
And she was talking about how she runs a mentorship program. Her sons run a mentorship programs for boys. Just a whole bunch of really awesome stuff. And the one thing she said to me was, just don't stop. When you're giving people, when you're actually open and willing to like try to do that for people and like help them love themselves and learn to love people around them, don't stop. Like it's such a beautiful thing that like if you give up, you're stopping the cycle of love, man. And
True.
It ends up, being
It be rough out here though, bro.
Huh?
It be rough. It be hard to love people sometimes, bro. Like people make it hard sometimes.
No. See, it's not hard to love. All right. The problem is when expectations are attached to that. If you if you just give and are happy with giving, that's all you need to concern yourself with. If you worry about what's gonna come back to you afterwards, that's where expectations come into play, and that's when disappointment comes into play. I firmly believe that if we don't have an agenda when we love or when we care about people and we're able to like put that out there, it's like we can't lose. We only lose or feel bad once we start like expecting something back for that. But that's just
Okay,
me. That's just my
I
opinion.
get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. It's just this is where my mind goes sometimes.
My mind's telling me no. Sorry.
It's all good. So love is something that I feel like is one of the things that I don't want to say is necessary, but should be necessary. Should be like a high priority in things that you should receive as a human being. And one of the things should be love. Like we say shelter, we say food, we say companionship and XYZ, but love is mixed in there, maybe companionship, XYZ. So when love is given and not appreciated, then it's kind of like it almost makes the person who gave the love like almost like regret it a little bit. Like I gave it to you, and it's like, can you appreciate the love that was given to you? You get what I mean?
I hear you, but that appreciation is something that I feel like it had like it holds a different weight in what you're saying. I feel like that right there is love with conditions or emotion with conditions, right? I loved you, so if you don't appreciate it, I feel a certain way. All right, it is mine to deposit, right? And you're I'm not saying it's wrong for you to be unhappy that that there was no appreciation or no like you didn't get the reaction that you were expecting. That's not what I'm
Okay.
saying. What I'm saying
Okay.
is that the lack of condition to your love, giving someone that love, is always going to be better. That it's always going to leave you in a better place, because
True.
I feel like love is one of those, it's a renewable resource. because
No, it is. It
you just
is. It's
got it in
just
your pocket.
yeah. No, it takes nothing for you to show love to someone. Like you're not really losing anything. It's
All it
just
takes is a second to RT a tweet.
true. I don't know. I don't know. I was a very oh god. I don't know. I gave out a lot of love and compassion and affection when I was younger because I was very, very loving, very, very caring, very, very optimistic. And then the world showed me what the world was, and I was like, hmm,
Yeah.
maybe I should be a little more careful where I spread this out to. Now I give it out, especially to passerbyers, because I've made the decision, I made the conscious decision that whoever crosses my path, I want their life to be improved, even if by a sliver, by the fact that they cross my path. Does that make any
Yeah,
sense?
I fuck with them. Yeah, I try to do similar.
Yeah.
I don't know, but also, right, we have to be realistic, and we can't pretend that we always have amazing interactions with every person that we come across, because we're still people. We still encounter our own frustrations, our own aggravations, our own detractors from our everyday life, and it's important for us. I feel like we preach a lot of perspective here.
We do.
We talk a
Listen,
lot
we're
about perspective
older,
here.
bro. Like we've had some experience and we've had very eventful lives, and that comes with experience and that comes with wisdom if you're paying attention.
Yeah. Well, and also with reflection.
Also
I
with
I would
reflection.
also say we're still also so young. Like there's still so
We are.
much that we're gonna be able to learn, and I'm excited about that.
Like we
Um,
lived a lot in a short span of time. That's why we have so much wisdom.
I mean, I feel like many people, if they're open to the opportunities, they will also have, I feel like your 20s tend to be where you live at least a partial majority of your life. I feel like your 20s and 30s are usually like, or at least from what I hear, they're your most productive years in the sense of like producing memories and really forging who you are as a person. Where your youth and your adolescence gives you a foundation and a skeleton for who you are. The way that you learn to react to stimuli in your adulthood, I feel, is what ends up shaping you into like what your legacy will end up being, right? What everybody will remember you as. Like, oh man, so and so as a kid was crazy, but man, when they grew up, they did this, 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 and this. You know, and I always remember them for, or I'll always try to forget them for the, you know, whatever the case is. Um,
They have an impact, whether it be
it,
positive or negative.
exactly. And on
That's
that
right.
note, our topic for the day is we just want to talk about animals.
It's such a funny topic, but
Like it has
such an
nothing to do with
in-depth
what we were
topic.
talking about before.
It
It's great.
doesn't,
Yeah.
but that's just our podcast, dude. We talk about
It's
any and
we're
everything.
gonna talk about what we want to talk about. Damn it.
We do.
And do you
We
call
find
this a
we have a
podcast?
section.
Yeah, true.
We always have a section. It's not the theme of the whole podcast, maybe, but there will be a section.
Word. You know, I've never really talked about this show or considered it really a podcast, but I guess technically it is
It's a podcast, bro.
if you boil it down to just the audio, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, there
Because
are podcasts with video. Like there's like a lot of YouTube videos of like podcasts of like people sitting at a table or a couch or something, and they got the mic
I
set up and
mean,
they're just talking.
yeah.
And then they have the Spotify versions of it where it'll just be the audio. So I think it still counts.
Yeah, you know, because it's I don't know, I always pictured this more as like a live talk stream ish when we actually have people in chat. Thank you for being there. I
Sure.
love you.
Welcome,
Um,
welcome.
I mean, I was, oh,
Oh, let me let me put that on
yeah,
vibrate. I apologize.
man. Who also ill, gross? Who are you? Why would you? Who doesn't put their phone on vibrate? I get so angry when I hear my phone these days. I
I
like
don't know. I think I accidentally take it off vibrate sometimes.
accidentally, man. I remember, what was it? Man, when we were in like middle school and high school, like ringback tones and like
Oh my
paying
god.
physical money for ringtones was such a
Oh
popular thing.
god.
And
It
now, if
was.
my phone makes a noise, I want to chuck it across the room. Like I know that that's also a meme, but that is like it's a meme because it's relatable because we lived it. You know, like
No, it's true. Wow, you really made me think about the ringtones I used to purchase. All
bro,
right, here's a good question. What was the first song ringtone you ever had, if you remember?
never did, never bought one.
You never bought one,
Never bought
really?
one. Never bought one. Never bought a ringback tone. One, I was too broke. And two, when I did have the money, I spent it on food. I was a chubby kid. I liked eating. I liked eating more than I liked music coming out of my phone.
That's
And
fair.
also, not a lot of people sent me messages back then. I didn't have a lot of friends back then. So I was a lot hungrier than I was, you know, trying to hear
More
music.
hungry than starve for you
Yeah,
starve for food more than for affection.
exactly. I
Um,
mean, and now it's the reverse. Anyway.
oh no. Nah, my first, and you know what's the funny thing? I don't remember ever purchasing this ringtone. I remember just somehow that the ringtone ending up on my phone, and I noticed it was there, and I said, I'm using this. It was, oh God, am I gonna date myself right now? It was, just say it, Ralph. Just say it. Don't think about it. It was Grills from Nelly.
Copy. All
Grill.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man,
All
Grills. That
right.
was, bro. I still know the verses for that song. I love that
I
song back
actually
then, bro.
I got rapped at once.
Rap at.
Yes, rapped
It sounds
at
very
once.
aggressive. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think it was a year or two ago,
Uh,
like maybe 3 years ago, around my birthday. I had a work conference and they were like, "Hey, like, does anybody want to say?" Oh no, or word got out that it was my birthday when we went out to drink after the conference let out, and we all went to like, or they convinced me to go to a bar nearby, near my house, and we got lit. Like we started drinking, we started, we were hanging out, and we heard like just random, like we heard songs that we knew and liked, but just random people were singing it, and we were like, hold on, I got karaoke here. So we look around
Oh.
and we find the karaoke, and because all of us are semi lit, all of us are like, all right, it is now our karaoke. Nobody like it was before like everybody noticed and started grouping over there. It was like four, like maybe 3 or 4 people like going around. Like there was this one couple that they went up maybe 4 times,
Whoa.
and like like I fucked with some of the songs. I knew some of the songs, but I just like I felt like it was a real sad, like I don't know, the overall emotion of what they were singing was kind of down and dour. Like it was like it
Oh
was
no.
like it was a lot of, and again, don't get me wrong, I like punk and emo, or quote unquote emo rock, and like a bunch of like I like a bunch of different genres, but they were like only singing like Breaking Benjamin, and only singing like I don't like these sort of grungier like
So kind
I
of
guess
like 30
sadder.
Seconds to Mars, Three Doors
Yeah,
Down.
but they're less energetic stuff, like stuff
Yeah, I
that's
get
more like I will fall for you. Like, and and it's great, but it's also Friday night at 1 o'clock in the morning and everybody's like having fun. So people kept going on and like singing different things. I ended up doing Backstreet Boys with a couple
very
coworkers.
nice.
Um and then what was it? There was this one of the guys. He was like, "Oh, yo, somebody put on grills. Somebody put on grills." And they put on grills, and like the guy is on stage doing it, and he's missing a couple things. And I look over, and one of the guys who said something about the song, his homegirl was sitting right next to the stage, rapping every single word. And when you do that thing where you like look over at someone and like you're just incredulous, like you can't just, you're just super involved. You're just like, what is happening over there? And I guess she noticed, and she did the thing where you start pointing at somebody when you start doing the rap, and I'm like, oh my, she's rapping at me.
So once again, we
Oh, did it
fall
happen?
into Lobo's vocabulary corner. The word is incredulous. Definition: unwilling or unable to believe something.
Yeah.
Incredulous.
Yeah, there you go. INCREDOU. No, DOLOUS. Incredulous.
This is one of my favorite parts of the podcast. I just want you to
Anyway.
know that. Continue what you were saying.
But yeah, so she starts rapping at me, and I don't know about you, but it has happened to me maybe 2 or 3 times in my life where I am rapped at by a woman and I am immediately smitten.
Oh,
Vectis, oh, love you, cutie. I appreciate your sub.
thank
Actually,
you.
I have to check and see because we did recently add an emote in your
Oh,
honor.
snap. Oh,
Uh,
snap.
Here, so let me
We're doing it. I'm excited.
let me see. I gotta double check. Ralph, you're in charge until I figure this out. It's gonna take me a couple seconds.
All right. So I
Yes,
find it
he figured it
hilarious,
out.
actually.
It's
You
there.
figured it out. You found it, yes.
Oh man, but yeah, that's. I
No,
love it.
I'm just picturing that just in regards to the story. Like, I heard a girl rapping grills, and then you put the emoji like,
Yep.
where's she at? Where's she
Yeah,
at, though?
there we go. Yeah, we got some.
Yeah, he got him. He
Uh,
got him.
so that's another thing. Anybody who's in, man, we have a Discord for the boys, and that's where we try to stay as as positive and as encouraging and as and as hot for each other as we can be.
No, the Discord is not open for you guys to join. Maybe
Not
one day
yet.
we'll make a working title Discord
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah, that is in consideration at the moment. And what? What do you mean?
What?
How do you? Oh, what kind of bald? What kind of bald were they expecting?
Yeah, were they expecting like you to pull the George Jefferson?
Yo,
That's not that's not fun. Or the Stevie Wonder's even worse.
oh my gosh, bro. I was the Danny DeVito.
The Danny DeVito comes with a level of acceptance,
Okay,
along with the
yeah.
George Jefferson. I feel like the Stevie
The
Wonder is has a level of denial to it.
See,
If you
yeah,
know what I
I
mean.
respect this though, right? Like he's trying not to look like a skinhead, and that's I feel like that's important. Here,
That is no, that's important.
let me see
But
if
just
I
like
can
just to
actually.
like I said, the Stevie Wonder comes with a level of denial. It's almost like he can't see that he's balding.
Wow, I um I see what you did there. I respect it. I am not happy about it, but this is where we are. Okay, I just yeah, it's
I'm sorry, I had to. It was right
Oh
there.
no, I don't think you had to, but I think you deeply wanted to,
I really
and
wanted
I
to. I can't
I
lie.
respect you for that. You did it. You did it. This is a blind joke. Yes, man, this is a blind joke to you guys. Oh.
Oh
Here, let me see.
no.
Let's I think I gotta change the text color because I don't think. Oh, is it just not showing now?
Yeah, it's just the white backdrop now.
Hello. Okay.
I wish you guys had been here during the beginning of the pod. Me and Lobo had a very nice rendition of "I've Got You Under My Skin"
Speak for yourself.
from the late
Mine.
great. No, we did that together. I don't want to
You
hear any
no
less.
no. I was saying like you were great. I was shaky. I uh I half leaned in. Don't worry. Next time it's all me though. I'm gonna get up
Next
on
time it's
this
all you.
microphone.
Next time it's, and I already know what the song should be next time. It's gonna be all you. Trying to remember how it starts. I'm not
Oh,
gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna do like
I had
two bars.
why do I have a feeling you were gonna start with "If I Ever" by Shy?
No, it's not that. It's
Anywho, animals.
somewhere.
What's your favorite? And why is it that when I said, "What's your favorite animal?" you thought of a land animal? Think about
That's a good question.
it. I was wondering that while I was laying in bed. I'm like, whenever someone says animal or favorite animal, I immediately think of like a land animal, as opposed to like
Because like
a
people say
bird,
sea
right? Or
animal.
flying,
People do say sea animal.
or a sea creature or a sea animal, right? Like nobody ever says, "Oh, what's your favorite animal?" And your first thought is shark. Well, at least for me.
For a while, it was
Maybe I'm
shark for
just
me.
biased.
For a while, it was shark for me.
Yeah, we blame D&D for a lot of things here on this
Blame
show.
D&D. But this was pre D&D. This is something we
I mean,
grew
yeah,
up with.
we were conditioned.
We're conditioned. No, if it's an animal, it's on the ground. It's water, it's sea animal. What if it's in the air? Shut up.
It's a bird. Huh.
All right, so
Not
let's quantify it this way:
okay.
favorite land, sea, and air dwelling animal.
I
Flying.
so I you already know. Well, I love wolves. Wolves are my favorite land animal. Um, I would
You know,
say flying animals. I would eradicate all flying insects, but that's all me. Uh,
jeez.
honeybees can keep doing their thing. We need you.
What about
Um,
butterflies?
fuck them.
Damn.
But my favorite family of airborne, it's tough because it's a split for me. I love the raven, crow, magpie family because they're
Okay.
just so smart and they can mimic speech better than parrots, parakeets, macaws, all of them. And then owls, love them,
Oh, I'll start dope.
love them. And then I think sea creatures. I think octopi are really cool.
Octopi are cool. Okay.
Cephalopods.
Cephalopod.
Anyway.
Uh, what's very interesting. Okay, bear, narwhal, and streamer duck.
Okay.
Interesting.
Man's got a tooth on the forehead. Okay. What is
What was
this?
I gonna say? What was very interesting. I remember I watched a video, and this has to do with wolves, since you mentioned your favorite being wolves. There was this video that from this channel that I watch, and they decided to spend, I think it was 1 week at a wolf sanctuary
Oh.
because wolves are I think they're not on the endangered list, but they're close.
I think they are. Uh, uh they're on they're on the list of protected species.
Protected species, that's what it is.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
they spent a week there, and this wolf sanctuary runs it very differently. Like they bond with the wolves, they get very close with the wolves. They actually take the wolves on hikes. Like they'll just go, no leashes, no protection or anything. They'll just go
Mm.
walking with the wolves.
Uh,
But they've like spent time with them and like understand how the wolves operate and everything.
would you say they're raw dogging their walks? That's I. I'm gonna see myself out for that one. All right, thanks guys. Ralph's got it from here.
I want to know if that's comparable to the Stevie Wonder one. I'm trying to see. I think we've evened it out. I think we've evened it out now. Yeah. Take a lap. Take a lap. This is us. We tell terrible jokes and then react to our own terrible jokes. Mine was the Stevie Wonder, and then we have the rock. All right, he's back. He's finished his lap. The lap is complete. The lap is complete.
I'm
Okay.
disappointed in myself.
Take a lap. That's
Just
okay. Sometimes we gotta take a lap. That's all right. But the cool thing is what the thing I was specifically referencing is because how smart wolves are. I didn't realize how smart wolves were. I knew they were smart, but I didn't know how smart. To the point where the lady who runs the sanctuary was very, very, very passionate about protecting the wolves. And they were in the middle of the sanctuary, and all the wolves were like off to the side in their like gated areas and stuff. And she got very emotional and started crying about like how sad it is what's happening to the wolves, and all the wolves started howling very melodically, like right when she started crying. And the guys who were interviewing them were like, "What?" And then the guy who was with them was also with the sanctuary. Was like, "Yeah, they're howling because she's crying.
yeah,
They're trying to make her feel better." I was like, "What? That is amazing."
If they've been with that caretaker for long enough, that caretaker is part of their pack. You know, so
Yeah,
they feel for him.
yeah. And they showed them how to get cool with the wolves. And by the time they were getting ready to leave, they were walking with the wolves, no leashes. They were like petting full-grown wolves, like they were just
Oh my gosh,
cool,
bro! Could you imagine?
bruh.
Just give a big old wolf some scritches.
They were talking about like which wolf was the pack leader and how they found out who the alpha was. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
looking
send you
forward
the
to it.
link if you ever want to watch it. It was a really dope video.
I'll probably check it out. I'm into it.
But yeah, wolves are dope. Wolves are really dope.
Mm.
For me, land animal, I will agree with King Vector in saying bears. I love bears. I think bears are really cool. I have no intention on scrooshing a bear. I don't want to be that close to a bear. So,
I just watched the video of two bears fighting, and that was terrifying.
bro, all I needed to watch was The Revenant to solidify that I never want to be near a wolf. I'm not a wolf, a bear.
Man.
Bro, you saw The Revenant, right? Or did you
Not
see
yet.
that scene?
Nah, I haven't seen it yet.
That scene is legendary, bro. Leo gets torn up. But yeah, nah. Bears, I'm good on bears. I'm all good on bears. I think they're dope. I don't want to be near them.
You cute
Water
from
animal.
over there.
Over there. You're cool all the way over there. The closer you get, the less cool you are.
Yeah.
Water, I would still say sharks. I love sharks. I think sharks are really cool. Um, I don't want to
Have
be
you
stereotypical and
have
say
you
a great
seen
right. Uh,
goblin sharks?
yes, and they're creepy.
Yeah, they are. They
They're
got like
creepy. No, what?
no, I was just gonna say they do this thing where like their jaw unhinges and actually comes out. Like it's just they- nature is weird, gang. Like
Nature,
nature is super weird, and
nature
I
just be
love.
doing stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, nature just be naturing out there, fucking weird and scary. I'm
If I
yeah.
had to specify what kind of shark, I'm gonna say a tiger shark.
Ooh, okay.
Because tiger shark, I will never forget a tiger shark scared the crap out of me one time when I was at an aquarium. Because we were at the shark tank. It's a big shark tank. But I don't see any of the sharks like directly in front or even in the middle. They're all towards the back. So I'm looking and I'm close to the glass and I'm looking, trying to see if I can get a good look at the shark. And just in my peripheral, I see the biggest tiger shark just right next to the glass pull in on my right side and go right across my eye line. I got so scared. Like I jumped back from the glass. I was like, oh,
Mans thought he was coming through the glass in a second.
bro, I was shook, dude. It's the this and it's this menacing float that they do. Just you're lucky you aren't in this water type stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
So that's land, sea, and then I've never thought of my favorite. Like maybe a falcon. I think falcons are really cool. I think falcon.
Yeah, I think falcons are pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with falcon. I really like falcons.
I
I heard an echo. I don't know if that was.
I'm sorry.
I heard myself back just then. I just
Oh,
wanted to make
it's
sure.
because I was checking the volume of this stream on my phone.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, peregrine falcons, pretty badass. I think they can hit like up to 200 miles per hour diving, like to try to catch their
What?
prey. Like it's them and golden eagles that I think use that same tactic and hit like fucking up to 200 or more miles per hour when they're hunting.
That's damn
It,
nature. You scary.
yo, they make them like they become feathered bullets, bro. Just claws and beak, and it's terrifying. Or talons, excuse me, not claws, talons and beaks. I grew up watching a lot of Animal Planet. Yeah, uh I used to love what was it? Um the most extreme. Yo, my long period of my long period of sort of going over and like changing my voice to like announce shit. I feel like didn't start back then, but was definitely encouraged. It was
Mm-hmm.
number one. I can't even do it right now. It's you know what? That's a water check. On hold on. I'm gonna go in chat and request that we drink water, cause
You're gonna request me drink water? I don't even
yeah.
oh, I do have a bottle. I have a bottle of water. Yeah.
Here, let me see. Where is it? Cause I can do it too. Uh, wait. Where hydrate? Boom. Oh, thank you.
Gotta
Double
stay
hydrate.
hydrated.
We got to double hydrate
Gotta stay hydrated.
because
Key.
Vectus also paid for it.
Like people underestimate how good water is for your body in general.
Yeah, you do. Water's the shit. Number one. um,
Uh,
I feel like I've been like a water advocate for a really long time.
yes, you have. You definitely pushed me to drink water.
Fucking. I'm sorry. I have to respond to a message. Let me.
No, do you think? Do you think? I like. It's very funny. What I find an interesting thing is looking at, as far as animals, is seeing the apex predators of the individual biomes on our Earth. So like the predator of the tundra, the apex predator of grasslands, the apex predator of the desert, the apex predator of like more the rainforest. Like these are all very interesting creatures, and what I find funny is that no matter the fact that they are the apex predator of their particular domain, sometimes they still have a defense mechanism. Like for example, tigers. Tigers, I believe, are the apex predator of their environment. I can't think of anything that preys on tigers. Am I wrong in saying that, Lobo?
Um, tigers, yeah, I imagine for their biomes, they tend to be the if not the one of the apex predators.
Mhm. And what I find interesting about tigers is that they've evolved that if you look at the back of a tiger's ears, they're black, but they have little white spots in the middle. And that is so if anyone is sneaking up on it in the wild, they could think that the back of the ears are actually the tiger's eye, and the eyes are looking directly at whatever's sneaking up on it. And then I'm in my head like, what in the wild is sneaking up on a tiger?
Us.
Who's pulling? We're gonna know though. We're gonna be like, come on.
I mean, the stripes are also to help them camouflage. All I feel like there is no creature, uh, predator or not, whose adaptations aren't in some shape or another like meant to protect it. So like great white sharks, uh, they are that color. So if their prey is looking at them from below, it looks like the sky, and if their prey is looking at them from above, it looks like deeper ocean.
That's smart.
Like they evolve over time, and these things help them hunt and help them achieve their goals better, but it also is protective in its own sense. uh a lot of cephalopods can, they have incredible control of, their shape and size and even coloration sometimes. And it'll help them hunt, but it also helps defend them and keep them safe.
That's good. Nature's a crazy thing, man.
Nature
Ah,
is. I actually, speaking of nature being crazy, I watched, or every once in a while, I watch Tier Zoo on
cheers.
YouTube. Tierzooo, and it's basically this guy who just talks about he takes animals and explains them like game stats. And it like honestly super entertaining, super interesting. And it it gives you a couple facts that you may not have known about or expected, but that you still have the capacity to enjoy and learn something from. I've always been a fan.
That's
Have you ever had any pets? I know we got some people in chat that definitely have some pets.
no. I have never owned a pet in my life.
Yeah, I
Yeah, me and my mom were both allergic to cats and dogs when I was younger. I grew out of the allergy, but my mom kept it. So those were out of the door. I never found fish interesting enough to have as a pet.
yeah, I'm there with you.
I do want to get a snake. I've said this for a while now. I want to get a little ball python,
Yeah.
and so many of my friends have said, Rob, if you get a snake, I'm not visiting your house anymore. And I'm like, come on.
Losers. Loser. Sorry, I just nah, that's mean. I have family that are vehemently against any sort of reptile, especially snakes. And like I like being being a first generation immigrant, like
Yeah.
a lot of the people in my family are like, nah, bro, snakes are evil, snakes are disgusting. And it's because, like, think about it, right? If you're from a tropical country, snakes are gonna be a problem. You know, like your friends probably got bit by snakes while you were growing up and didn't make it, especially if you're, you know, if it's a
That's
developing country. Yeah, so
but the thing is, there's so much. I feel like there's so much bad PR for snakes. Like whenever someone is shady, you say, "Oh, they move like a snake,"
yeah,
and then like the whole thing with the Bible and the apple.
yeah,
Like snakes don't
yeah.
have good PR.
Yeah. Wait, who's the publicist for koalas? Because they need to start working with snakes, all right? Because koalas smell like shit. Almost 90% of them have STIs, and they have terrible attitudes. And also, they literally eat poison. The eucalyptus leaves are poisonous. How is it that everybody's like, oh my god, koalas are so cute?
It's an aesthetic thing, man. They're floofy. If you're floofy, you're ahead of the game. That's the same reason why there are people who will say, "Oh, if I see a bear in the wild, they're so fluffy, and I want to pet it."
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I dare you, bro.
Go ahead.
Those
You
child
do that,
bears. Oh my god.
You do that, and then what happens next is what I'm gonna call natural selection.
Yeah, honestly, I would want to be the like not the announcer, but be the narrator for that. And here we approach and see the human approaching its final apex, where natural selection will finally be the one to choose the winner today. You know, and it just it's soon after, fucking bear just comes in.
I want it to be so anticlimactic, like the lead up to it, like the person getting up to the bear is all dramatic, slow motion. We get some B-roll of leaves falling, like it's a whole thing. And then once they finally get to the bear just turns around, just smacks them, and they just immediately hit the ground on like a
it's just a one hit.
Flat down, and then the bear's just sniffing them, and then that's it.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I just like I want it to be a whole cinematic thing, right? I want there to be I want the I want the Jurassic Park music in the background. Right? And they're running. I'm gonna fuck up this bear. And the bear turns around. And that's it. That's it. It's done.
That's it.
Or
that fast and that simple. Because if a bear gives you a good hit, you're done.
It doesn't even have to be a good hit. You're done. You're done pretty soon. You're done pretty fast. Oh my, it like when you see, right, and obviously you don't approach a wild bear in the woods, let alone two wild bears in the woods, a singular wood. But like you see these territory fights happen, and like you can, like even watching it in a video, it feels like you can see like the ground shake, and that's kind of terrifying. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate.
Much appreciated. The funny thing is that if I'm sitting there watching that bear fight with somebody who's interested in like going up and approaching a bear, my thing will be pointing out everything that bear does that would kill them.
Oh.
Like, all right, you see that bite? Dead. That scratch? Dead. Yo, slammed right there? Dead. I just want you to know.
That hug? Dead. Fucking
dead.
Yeah, I also kind of want, like, I want to get the audio of, like, you know when you see fights in the hood, how there's people that hype it up? Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, oh my god! Ah! Right? Just put that right behind the audio, like the visual of a bear attack. Just, you know, give people context, right? Because if you start screaming World Star and then see somebody get washed, you know what's happening, right? You can tell. But when two bears are fighting, it looks like it's just a slap fight, right? It doesn't look as intense until you realize these motherfuckers are like 8 times your size, at least.
Scary, bro. That is really scary.
I don't know, man. It's just been wild. Oh shit, there was a gator right by my, like, literally right outside my house. I almost fell off my bike. because I didn't notice it at first. I was biking to work, and motherfucker just pop up. It was horrible. Nah, and I feel like I should get used to it by now. You know, I've been living in this in Gator country for a while now. But I feel like it's still, you know, it's so sensationalized before like you live here that you feel like it's like, whoa, this shit is crazy. Like, how could that happen? And literally nobody cares. Like, you go down here and people are like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, there was a video a couple months back of this guy's dog who got snapped up by a young gator, and the guy just jumped in the water and started punching the gator and got his dog back. Again, recently I heard somebody just say, oh yeah, all you gotta do is flip the gator over and it'll go to sleep in like 10 seconds. Bitch, I'm not getting that close to a gator. Over? Just all I gotta do is wrestle with it for a little bit. Come on, buddy, I got you. No! Get out of here! Fuck, man.
Listen, yeah. I do know full well that if I am in close with a gator and I don't have a choice, I'm just there, I'm clapping its mouth shut.
And holding it shut.
For dear life. I'm closing its mouth and I'm holding it for dear life. I'm just like...
So I would just say also be careful, right? Because they do have that death roll thing that they do.
That's if we're in the water.
They will try to death roll anywhere.
That'd be interesting to see it try to death roll on the ground.
If it can get back on its, that's another thing that I'm concerned about, right? Because what if I've just been getting false information about alligators my whole life? Yeah, what if?
No, I believe it. I've seen enough from legitimate documentaries and stuff. Like I remember them seeing videos of them tying the mouth shut, and them saying that they have to untie it because if they release it with the mouth tied, it's gonna die.
Yeah, 100%. It's also, I find it really interesting about gators and crocodiles is that all the muscles in their jaws are for shutting their mouths, not for opening it. That's why with your legit, most people with their bare hands, they can just hold a gator's mouth closed. Which I think is bananas.
The very scary part of that is that if you're holding it shut and it jerks back enough for your hands to slip off of it, now your hands are right next to its mouth.
Yep. Snap.
Open shut, you don't have hands anymore.
You're the next Edward Scissorhands.
You stand there. Remember that scene in Tropic Thunder?
Which one?
Where they did the scene where they had to blow dude's hands off and he was standing there with the messed up hands like
Like it's always. Oh man. I now that got me thinking though. If you had to replace your hands with an everyday tool, what tool would you choose?
Now, when we say everyday tool,
just
because my first thought is I grew up with a mother that needed help grabbing things, so she had these reachers.
So here's my only thing about those is that you technically need to be able to grip to do that. So it you can get one of those, but you would have to use your other nub to close it.
True.
So I think I think a fork or spear-like implement on one hand would probably work or be cool.
I'd probably do it. I do the reacher thing, but how I would do it is how reachers work is that you have to pull the trigger, and you pulling the trigger pulls a string that closes the mouth. What I would do is I would put the reachers on my wrist and put those strings back to mid bicep.
Oh, so you
my arm
when you extend it,
then it closes.
Okay.
And I would attract it open.
Okay, I see some ingenuity. I fuck with it. I see. Huh.
Yeah.
I feel like I would want to go with in the same vein como se llaman? What are they? The fucking use them in kitchens. Tongs. There we go.
Tongs. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, how are you
tongs,
gonna
right?
open and close?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Have them set to only open to a maximum amount, and then everything smaller, just try to fucking balance it in there. You know, as long as it fits in there, you can carry it. If it's too little, fucking, I don't know, try some shit.
That's fair. That
Oh
is
man,
very fair.
I
All right, so let's get back to animals because then we
animal.
start talking about
We can talk about whatever we want
prosthetics.
to talk
real
about.
quick.
Damn it, who's gonna
Why
stop?
don't we get?
Who
Why
gonna
don't we
stop?
went into a tangent about prosthetics? This is hilarious.
Yeah, look, because we could do that. All
We
right?
can.
We can do
We
whatever the
can.
hell we want.
All right, animals. Ooh, okay. So give me a list of the top 3 animals you would not want to be stuck in a room with the lights off.
Okay, how about that? How about yes, but also we do a poll to see if anybody here agrees. All right. So, what animal would you not want to be stuck in a room with?
With the lights off, specifically.
Specifically with the lights off?
With the lights off. That makes it a lot scarier.
No, that's too much. I can't put the rest of
You
that
think
in.
so?
But you guys that are here, you know
You
what
know.
we're asking. Wink.
'Cause,
I'm
like, what
gonna
if
say-
you're just pushed into a dark room and they tell you, "Oh, there's a rattlesnake in there," and then close the door?
I mean, I honestly. Hold on. Sorry. For me, I feel like even with a rattlesnake, I wouldn't be too worried because I know where the motherfucker is.
I don't know if that
And if
rattling
I-
echoes around the room. It may make it worse.
And if I move away from where the rattling is happening, it's not gonna bother me.
But let's say that rattling, because you're in a closed space, is now echoing. So it's hard to get an exact pinpoint location on where in the room it is.
I personally, I think if you just slow down and take a moment, you can usually tell where something's coming from.
That's fair.
But yeah, you know, in the moment you might be panicking. You might be panicking and you might not be able to think. But I get it. Hey, can you just double check and make sure that stream's working for you on the side?
I have Twitch pulled up on Chrome. It's looking fine.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if I can hear us because I have the audio off.
So no, we sounded pretty good when I checked.
Cool.
I would say I don't want to be stuck in a room with a koala. They smell really bad, and I don't want syphilis. I also would not want to be stuck in a room with a Komodo dragon.
Hell no!
They are incredibly venomous and strong and quiet. They don't give a fuck about you. I would not want to be stuck in a dark room with any big cat. Not only because I'm allergic to house cats, but also because they will maul me and kill me. What else? We're gonna put the poll up in a moment. I want to know like what else we wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with. Birds in general, loud. No thanks.
Okay, that's loud, but
That's
I'm not.
annoying.
That's not on my top 3. That's just annoying.
Fucking birds. And
you hit it on the nose with big cats. I definitely wouldn't want to be in a room with a big cat.
And a giraffe. Just because I feel like their assholes are face level, and I don't want to like just walk.
You processed this question way different than I intended when I asked you.
Yeah, here we go. We started a poll. Uh,
What was I gonna say? Now I don't even remember what
participate.
I was
If you
gonna
do,
say.
I love you. If you don't, I probably still love you. It's fine.
You really threw me off with that giraffe comment. I'm just trying to think. Oh, you know what would be terrible to be stuck in a room with?
Yeah.
A poison dart frog.
Oh yes, yes. Because yeah, fucking immediately you're just cooked. You have
Oh,
yeah. There's oh
you don't even need to get bit or stung or anything. You just brush up against it and you feel it. You're like, oh.
Yo, yeah, yeah. Literally, it. I feel like yeah, it would just feel like you got licked by a dog or something, and you're like, oh,
Oh no.
just
A gorilla is a definite no.
yo, yeah. Especially if it considers you a threat at all, it's just gonna bop your shit.
I don't even want, because the thing is there's gonna be that uncertainty and I can't even look at its body language to try to get a
Yeah,
gauge.
yeah, true.
Nah, I'm good on that. What else would I know? I'm stuck on an elephant.
I feel like my only I feel like elephants are generally kind of docile unless you fuck with them.
Here's
Uh
the thing about elephants that I found out. And this is why I like watching videos and stuff about like animals and stuff, because you find things out. So there's a point of the year where elephants have this thing called a musk. I think it's like during mating season, maybe. And like you'll see like liquid pouring from like where their ears are. And if you see an elephant in that state, you need to stay away. That's when they're most aggressive.
hot.
They will fight for nothing. Like if you are near them, they will attack you just for being near them. Like that's when elephants become hippopotamus. And hippopotamus
Yo,
is another thing I don't want
yep,
to be
that's
stuck
another one on the
around.
list. Yo, hippos, bro. Oh my god, yeah, hippos are terrifying. Cause
That's another one that falls in the category of cute, but don't fuck with it.
so I would even go as far as to say that yo, hippos are unfuckwittable. Cause mainly because they don't even want to eat you. They'll just kill you for being around and let you rot.
Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
and their teeth are so disgusting that like it's possible for you to die of infection before you die of blood loss. Like it's yeah.
I'm good on the hippos, man. I don't know what I'd rather be stuck in the water with, a hippo or a shark.
Word. I appreciate the one vote. I'd like to know what the animal that you chose was. That's funny.
Other, oh lord. Yeah, if you picked other, write in chat what it is.
Yeah, we trying to see. None.
Is that what the other is?
He's not afraid of no animal. Or is it the
me.
other none? Where okay, animals don't want to be in a
All
room
animals
with
don't
me.
be in a room with me? Oh no.
Oh shit. I'd be in a room.
Bruh,
Wink.
I'm stuck on hippos right now, bro. I don't know.
Hippos are terrifying. I heard that in Florida, I'm not locked in with them. They're locked in with me. In Florida, they're supposed to be like dumping 50 tons of lettuce to try to feed some of the manatees, our fat dolphins,
Okay.
our cows of the sea, because apparently they're having a fucking terrible time.
I mean, I feel like no one's having a good time on the planet right now.
Straight up.
All right, here's a question. Just because I thought of this, because when we were talking about like animals and like biomes and stuff, either what do you think, or if you know, I don't know if you know because you are a very knowledgeable individual and you know things. What do you think or know were humans' original biome before we spread across the world? Like, what was our original habitat?
I would say likely wooded savannas, Yeah, I feel like that just makes the most amount of sense, especially if you ascribe to the theory of evolution, right? Our ancestors or proto ancestors would have been primates that spent a decent amount of time in trees. And if you follow human development, as well as I hope I have, you start to learn that we started standing upright because we needed to move faster when we were, out of the trees.
Okay.
We started looking and expanding our territories from just being tree bound to expanding across the land, and trying to hop over these little rivers, and we started working with tools and communications. So I feel like not only that, but it also would make sense in the sense of resource allocation. We tend to go where there's water. We tend to stay nearby to food, right? We probably would have stayed in those savannas near enough to the forests to continue to eat what we were used to. But then we also probably started developing tools to start expanding, what we were able to consume, and so on and so forth. That's what I believe, or what I think.
That makes sense. That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, what would be your thoughts on like cavemen? Because it is documented that we did spend a good amount of time in caves.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like nomadic travel was definitely common.
Yes.
But those that ended up, I feel like cavemen they say that that's another part of our evolutionary line, right? Or a branch of our evolution, or again, a predecessor. But it ends up being, we look for shelter now. Like that was, we've always looked for shelter. And cave people are just people that ended up sheltering in caves and finding, cave systems that gave them the security that they were looking for, I feel. And a place to store their own personal things. If I wonder if like caves started off
about his people. That's terrible.
I wonder if caves just started off as like storage areas, or like they just started putting their old and their weak in caves. Yeah, it'd be like, we don't know. It's dark in there. I don't know what goes down there, but you go down there and fucking fuck off. I'm gonna go hunt and do my shit.
Like, what would be so sad if you were like traveling and it was cold in the winter and you were like, all right, we need a shelter. Find like a cave, you look inside, you're like, oh, this would be perfect. And you see a bear. Like, all right, well, this doesn't work.
Probably happened a lot. Except that instead of being able to vocalize that this doesn't work, they probably got mauled to death. Or like having a fucking saber-toothed tiger pull up out of nowhere, right? Just like, oh,
Diego, chill.
I'm just gonna walk around it, I'm just gonna walk past this tundra, and then you. Why are you running? Why are you running? Honestly, okay, yeah, they pull out a gat. Hold on, this isn't Ark Survival. We don't got the gats yet. They didn't have the gats yet. They had
their blicky was a spear.
Their blicky.
The blicky was a spear, bro.
They got a sticky.
Bro, if they had babies and stuff and had to get out the cold, I could see the dad and the mom grabbing like a stick, rubbing it against the rock of the cave itself, and be like, all right, I do what I gotta do.
I'm pretty sure we've all seen Ice Age.
Yes.
Yo,
that's what I was saying. Diego, chill.
Yo, not for nothing. I still to this day feel like one of my favorite lines is fucking Diego just doing where's the baby? There he is.
There he is.
I loved it. I thought that was a great bit of voice acting there. Fucking, and then really of course John Leguizamo the whole time is sick. Was just incredible.
So good.
Fucking
Who was Manny?
Ray Romano, my guy.
Ray
Ray Romano. Yeah,
Romano.
so good from Everybody Loves
Yeah.
Raymond.
That was a great cast. That was
Oh
a
hell
really
yeah!
good cast.
Dennis Leary was Diego.
Yep.
They ended up getting Queen Latifah and Nicki Minaj for the later movies
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
dude. I
But
actually
my thing is always no. Go ahead. You were
no,
saying
I was just gonna say I actually met Queen Latifah once. Really nice.
nice.
Yeah, she was super nice. Anyway,
She seems like she'd be super nice.
yeah.
Nicki Minaj. I can't. I was gonna say I'm
Yes.
always impressed when the first movie of a series has a good voice cast, because that means that this voice cast took a chance on it because they didn't know. When the good voice cast comes for the sequel or the third movie, you already know the movie was popular, so you
Yeah.
decide to hop on the train. Like I want to see the ones I like to see the ones that were there, having faith in what it was
Yeah.
before it began.
Which immediately makes me think of Toy Story.
Yes.
Yo, did you hear about so apparently Toy Story 2 almost didn't make it, like didn't see the light of day.
Really?
So the story that I've heard, and obviously sources necessary because I'm not gonna fucking look shit up, or I'm not gonna look it up right now. But apparently, there was like a tired developer accidentally deleted like
The hard
what they
drive?
had. Like yeah, like basically the whole thing got deleted. But there was somebody who was on maternity leave that had a backup from like a month or two prior still in her computer. So when she got back, like they were losing their minds, and she was like, "Oh, I have a backup," and it was from that backup that they were able to like finish putting the movie back together and then ship it out.
And this is why it's very important to back up your files.
Always.
Whether you be making the next Toy Story or writing a paper for your college class
Or just taking
back,
nudes, man. Always back.
or that.
Always,
I don't
always
know if
have
I
a
wanna
backup,
condone-
a safe and secure backup. All right.
If you have a file that's important to you,
There you
whatever
go.
it may be, back it up.
There is a backup of this stream. It gets posted on YouTube the day after, or it's supposed to be the day after our last show. I forgot. Which reminds me, we're actually doing a double feature next week. We're also going to be running this back again and working some titles with you all.
No, for the boys and girls that just can't get enough.
Yeah, we do have to keep important things backed up. Are you okay, you are a moderator. All right. I was just checking. I was about to say, are you trying to sweet talk your way into some position here, cuz you know, wink. Anyway,
All right, back. Wait, how do we get from animals to Toy Story?
cuz this is what we do. All right. Everybody else in chat, we actually didn't Bayard. What are your favorite animals?
Ooh,
We
yes.
haven't checked. Yeah, we're asking all kinds of questions.
Land animal, sea animal, and flying animal.
Yeah, animals that fly. Dolphins, whales, cats. All right, I fuck with it. Technically, dolphins are mammals, so that can count as
Doesn't animal
Oh,
encompass
shit.
anything? Really?
Oh, flying animal. Yeah, cats can fly.
For brief periods of time.
Yes, in one direction usually.
Oh, man.
I would also say
What?
Oh,
Albatross.
Albatross is that's kind of badass.
Very good answer.
I don't know, man. I've always really been interested in animals, but I also know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to work with them for an extended period of time.
Okay.
Because I like the ones that I like, they'll be my favorites, and the ones that I don't like will get no attention from me. And I feel like that's just rude.
That is
It's
rude.
life, but it's also rude. You know. Uh,
I hope you don't
hey
carry this
Noel,
thing.
we'll get a, I'll get a performance review from my manager, and they'll be like, hey, I just wanted you to know, so we love the work you're doing with Rex and Chaser and Tex, but we're noticing that Mitzi hasn't been getting any attention from you. What's going on? I fucking hate that dog. That's why. He's got an attitude.
I really hope you don't carry this same mentality with your children. That shit would be
Yeah, no, could you
hilarious. Honey,
Tyler.
I just wanna speak with you.
No.
Um, honey, we need to talk about this. So, I see that you've been an amazing father to Jonathan. He loves you.
Don't give me the
I
shit
see how
sandwich
much
right
he loves
now,
you.
Patricia.
Listen, Michael, you get like this every time we need to talk.
Just say it. Just say it. You want to go back to your
I'm
mother's house,
getting
don't
it.
you?
Why are you yelling at me? You always resort to yelling, and then you make me uncomfortable, and then I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, I'd
Let's
rather not
let's
talk
just.
if this is what we're going to talk about.
Well, we need to have this conversation,
Hey, it's
Michael.
secret. He's back. He's
Hey,
alive.
welcome back.
It is.
You and Jonathan have been bonding. You've been taking him on trips. It's been wonderful to see.
Yeah, that kid is
But
the shit.
but Tyler has
That's
just
your
been
kid.
asking me. They're both of our children, Michael. You can't pick and choose which is yours and which isn't yours.
I can do whatever I want.
Michael, we agreed that when we had children, you would be more responsible, and I'm just not seeing it.
Sounds like a personal problem. I'm gonna go play Apex. Bye.
Every time I try to talk to you, he just goes play with paper. Every time I try to talk to you.
It's just fuck, man. I feel like we should probably start incorporating that. Just start doing weird little skits in the middle.
I'm
of the show.
down,
Like,
bro. You know I'm 100%
just
down.
Karen inside
No,
of we were talking about animals, but
we
you know
were.
us, man. We just hop around from shit to shit when we feel like it.
No, this I remember how we got here. We were talking about animals. You said you couldn't work with animals because you would favorite the ones you liked and you wouldn't give any attention to the ones you didn't like. Then I said, would you carry this into children? And then we had a whole skit about that exact
And
scenario.
there we go. Look at that. Boom. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Can I try something which would be very interesting?
Go for it.
So I'm going to ask Chad, give me and Lobo a scenario for two people to talk about, and we will have a brief conversation as those people, if you're okay with that.
Let's see what the if there are
Yeah,
recommendations and what they are.
that's it. Because this could go very well, this could go very bad, or this could go in a place that shouldn't be on Twitch.
It usually, I feel like it's likely to do many of those things. In the meantime, while they come up, any topic.
Any Twitch safe topic we have not.
I mean, remember we have indicated that this channel is intended for mature audiences.
I know, but I want to get sponsorships, bro.
Yeah,
Animal theme, that's smart. Oh, imagine we're animals. That'd be very interesting.
We just sit here for 30 seconds and make animal sounds.
Oh no, I was thinking like if we just say what we think the animals are saying.
Oh yeah, we you ready? We anthropomorphize these animals.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I feel like that was one of the first big words that I was taught by a teacher. Cause right, in English class they started talking to you about how objects or animals are given human emotions. They're like, that's called anthropomorphizing, and I'm like, all right.
So once again, we are in Lobo's vocabulary corner. We're going over the word anthropomorphize, of which he has just given a definition, but I would love to read to you the official definition of the word. It is to attribute human characteristics or behavior to a god, animal, or object.
Anthropomorphize.
So
Look, I figured.
with that logic, isn't any religious script technically an anthropomorphization?
Let's not go
Okay,
there. Let's not
we
go
won't go.
there.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
But I'm in there with you.
Right. So wait,
Yeah.
Ralph the kid asking questions. Oh, you're the tour guide, and I'm the kid asking
God.
questions. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Fuck,
You
man.
gotta give me something that
Alright,
we're touring.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, guys, and if you go through the door right here on the left, we're gonna be entering our reptile house. Now, it is dark in here because one moment, buddy. It is dark in here because most of these lizards and reptiles are actually they're light sensitive. So they'll think it's time to hunt if they see it's daytime, and they will try to hide otherwise. So you'll see inside we'll have different lightings for every creature. Yes, you in the back. You seem like you really like reptiles, buddy. What's up? How can I help you?
I don't know much about reptiles. Light sensitive. So the sun kills them?
Not that the sun kills them, but it definitely helps them capture energy a lot, well, in a different way than we do. See, we're warm-blooded, where most reptiles are cold-blooded, which means that they need the heat from the sun to get up and ready and get energetic to go do stuff.
Does that mean reptiles are mean? Because when Dad calls Mommy cold-blooded, it's because they're being mean.
No, I would say that's a great question. But generally, I would say that it depends. It's they're just trying to survive, and that cold blood is one of the things that helps them do that.
I remember my teacher saying in class that reptiles can grow back things if they're cut off. So if you cut a snake's head off, it'll grow back.
Not usually not the head. The head is usually where it needs all that stuff to be able to grow out of. But interesting that you bring that up. Over in a different section, we have axolotls, and axolotls are amphibians that they do grow back almost anything that you remove from them, as long as they're still alive.
Okay. Axolots?
Yeah,
Axolotls?
just like you.
They look weird.
They do.
Do any of the reptiles or amphibiouses come out of the cages?
Only they shouldn't is the real answer.
Because that snake has a really cool hood. I want to pet it.
That is a king cobra, and it will eat your ass.
All right. I think we're good.
Hey kid, are you a mongoose? No? Get the fuck out of here. You ain't fucking with no snakes. Get out of here. Fucking.
Whose snake is that?
It
Not
will
my snake,
tongue
not
you
my
to
problem.
submission.
What I say.
Not my snake, not my problem. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Those of you who haven't, if you are a fan of reptiles that entertain you, just look up drinking out of cups.
Oh God! Drinking out of cups.
If your humor is as weird and irreverent as ours, you will likely enjoy it.
If you have 2000s internet humor, you will enjoy that.
That is a very fair statement to make. All right, yeah, I'll give you that. Fuck yeah. Ooh. I feel like I know a couple of pretty funny videos that also have to do with animals, right? There's a bad lip reading song called Seagulls. Stop it now. And that shit. You can find that on YouTube. That shit is actually really funny. If I could play it without being stricken, I would.
Yeah, it's been about 22 years since 2000.
You know what I found out is is how people say, right? They won't say 2000s. They say the aughts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
I don't like that.
You don't
I don't
have
like that at all.
Yeah, the aughts. Because I
don't like it because when we're talking about the 1900, we say 1900s. So it just makes sense for us to say 2000.
I think it's because it was that long ago. I actually just related to that specifically. I read a post recently where somebody's a teacher, and they said that one of their students just handed in a report that said in the late 1900s, meaning 1999.
Stop it,
bro. Oh man. Seasoned.
It's funny because
we're not old. We're seasoned. There we go. We're well seasoned.
I just find it funny how differently younger people perceive time, and I do understand it now because you can only reference the time
cured meat. I'm sorry.
Cured meat. You know what?
I don't like it. But it's
Bobo, you got the podcast for a minute. I'm gonna get some water. I need some water.
He needs a moment. Oh fuck! Are you saying we're very dry on the outside and raw on the inside? Because that's probably accurate. You definitely got him. He had to run off for that one. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I do have to say I love getting to this age and being able to look back and see what I was like, you know, just how that I fucking thought about everything and how much that's changed. Life has shafted us raw inside. All right, that's a take and an opinion, and I respect it. But to that, I also have this that I would like to say. Is here, where you at?
A cured meat.
You're a cured meat.
Wow.
Is very very.
Are we still on? Are we still here?
Yeah, we still here. We still out here. Whatever the other cool mouth sounds that people are making in songs these days. Oh no!
Lobo, I cannot hear you at all.
I'd cure your meat. Yo, you with that fucking floppy sausage, dude. Okay. I think it's such a weird emote. Here we go. We got a in response.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on at the moment because Mans is muted or I can't hear him.
Ooh, Ralph turned me down. He doesn't want to hear me anymore. What? I'm muted on Discord. When did that happen? All right.
I don't know.
I wasn't muted on chat though. They were able to hear me. That's what matters.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I was like, what's going on here?
And I love you. It's YOURE. Because remember, UR gets the apostrophe. If it's possession, there's no E. You can keep it short.
We very much frequent the vocabulary corner with
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's the grammar corner.
Yeah, that's the grammar corner. It's the grammar corner is part of the language shelf. I honestly hate correcting people, but I also do it out of love. Like I never want to correct somebody and like have them be upset about it. Like I just, I want you to be happy and confident when you speak to people. Oh shit, my music also stopped playing. No, my mans.
What I find funny is when people hit you with the, you know what I meant.
Yeah, and it's like I kind of did, but not enough for me not to correct you. Uh, I like, I don't know. I also, and that's one of the things, right? Because people communicate in different ways, and
True.
I never want to be the reason that somebody feels like they have to, like if we have established already that that when you speak or when you send a message, you use short texting, or like you cut words off, or like you do certain things. Like I get it, I understand, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But when we reach a platform where I feel like you're trying to be proper,
Yeah.
um I want to, like, I just, is it terrible that I just want to help people and just be like, you can do this, I know you can. um
No, no, it's good. Um, Me, I'm a smartass, whether I mean to be or not. Like, for example, I was on the phone with a friend, and he was expressing to me how he was not fond of me having gained weight. But he did it in such a way that gave me the opportunity to be a smartass. So I took that opportunity.
as
Yeah,
you often do.
I often do. So we were on the phone, and he was like, "Ralph, you did something I didn't expect you to do." And I was like, "What was that?" "Fat." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Fat." And I was like, "Well, fat is an adjective which would be describing someone or a thing. So I don't understand if I could do
Fat.
fat. It would be more, you're looking for more of a verb here if you're talking about something for that I did."
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was irritated, and I just kept it going. I
Yeah.
was like, we can find a verb for you here. I'm sure
Yeah.
that's what you were going for.
You should have turned on the Paul, honestly. I feel
Well,
like
you
when
paid.
people, so I will say, if people give you attitude,
Oh my
I give my full endorsement for you to use Paul in retaliation. Uh
Please describe to them who Paul
so
is. Tell them who Paul.
Paul is one of, so Ralph and I used to be in this group called Jet Central, and we used to record like skits and videos. Uh, damn right, Winamp. It's it was the quickest and easiest way I could think of making sure that our music is up there, just the way we'd like. Welcome, devourer of weeds. Um,
Welcome, welcome.
but yeah, so Ralph and I used to we used to act together in this group called Jet Central. You can find the videos on YouTube. We're both kind of embarrassed about it, but also kind of proud of it. So go for it; it'll be great.
It's a mix. It's a
Um,
nice mix.
yeah, and then there was, I forget what the full scope of this skit it was that we were supposed to be doing, or that we were setting up to
Jesus.
do. But uh,
We never did it. I remember
yeah, but
that.
Ralph was supposed to play this character named Paul.
Paul. Hmm.
And the basically the most simple breakdown for Paul was just that he was the most simple you could be. And the irritation that radiated from me whenever Ralph would put on this character was palpable. You could taste it in the air. It was thick. Like I just I generally have a distaste for like ignorance and like overt stupidity. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be patient, and I'm trying to be better, or I have been working on being better. Right? That was a good zing. That was a good zing. I gotta give Secret that. Um,
Ralphie, it doesn't seem like.
but Ralph was so good at portraying this character that I felt like like would reach into my subconscious to find the things that would irritate me most about a person and an interaction with a person, and he would just spew it forth. Um, and it's a little hard to explain and sort of qualify without like you actually having the opportunity. Oh no, it like so it worse.
No, bad. It was bad.
It's like it's borderline. There's nothing there. Like it was borderline. There's no one home. It was like, uh, quite like he questions colloquialisms, right? Like any sayings, right? Or or he came out of the closet. Why was he stuck in the closet? Right? Like he would say shit like that, right? And it's
Yeah.
like it's funny for one or two, and then but it was constant like I can't explain every social nuance to you. So it just like honestly, he played the character so well that it wrecked me. Like it wrecked me.
No, no.
No,
It was a different.
yo, yeah, it'd be a different
How
tour.
many different pockets you can play dumb?
Yo,
Paul
yeah.
had his own pocket.
Oh god, I can only imagine. But why?
Oh my
But
god!
why do we
I'm
have
trying
to
to think
go
if I can
inside
even.
to
It's
see
been so
outdoor
long.
animals?
You know what's the funny thing? This character, I used to whip it out just casually for fun, but I saw the level of irritation this brought Lobo to, so I think I kind of just slowly brought him out less and less.
It's my fault. I would say
It's
that we
not your
see him
fault.
less is because I discouraged it every time that Ralph would pull it out like just for fun. I would 100% discourage it. I would stop talking. I'd be like,
No,
nah,
he
I'm not.
he'd give me this death glare, like I don't even want to interact with you. I'm not gonna say anything
Yeah,
because
yeah,
anything I say, Paul's gonna flip it, and I'm gonna get mad.
yeah. I feel like I always had an issue with it. Um,
Oh
it was just
man.
honestly, it was just that good. It was just that good.
I'm still sad we never used that character in a skit. I was
Yo,
so
yeah,
ready. I was so ready.
yeah. Huh. I was actually getting ready to.
What's up?
Yes. Here we go. Uh, copy, and here we go. Let's do a. I'll. This is. I mean, we haven't interacted with this person or that YouTube channel for a very long time, but that is the channel.
That's the channel.
Uh,
Um,
Yo,
I will
honestly,
say,
not for nothing,
uh,
Ralph. I could say I feel like you using Paul as
yeah,
like as a device to like read the news would be fucking hilarious. Just a revival of
I'm just gonna
of
pull up.
Paul.
I'm gonna pull up the front page of the New York Times.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just the headline.
no. What I would say is, if you want the content to match the character, pull up the New York Post.
Got it. No, these are very New York jokes we're making right now.
It is. They are. Oh man.
Let's see, New York Post today. Oh Lord.
Here, actually, I can. Wow.
I don't want to make a joke about this. This is sad.
Yep, they.
Filmmaker and ex-New York Times contributor shot dead in
Oh my
Ukraine.
god.
Am I making a joke? Am I going to do
No,
this?
we're not. You're not making a joke necessarily.
Okay,
We're
I'm
just
sure. Okay,
we're looking for commentary from a Paul
Got it.
perspective.
Okay. All right, let me try to get into Paul. It's been so long.
God. Maybe
All right.
pick a different one if
Nope.
if it's
We're locked in.
okay.
We're here.
Wait, you know what?
And the second two things aren't better either. Second police officer dies in tragic Missouri shooting, and then right after that, Iran takes responsibility for missiles fired near U.S. consulate in Iraq. There's no thing that I can take lightly here.
There you go. All right, I just redeemed. Be real. Do it. Do it. Do that. Right. You got this. Oh, we got another hydrate.
Oh, take my sip. I'm really trying to think how to get into Paul right now. It's been so long.
Trying to make sure there's no logo on the screen because they're not, they ain't paying us yet.
So filmmaker. So I'm gonna do the filmmaker one.
Okay. I
I wonder what he used to make film. Because you can look right through it when you hold it up to light or things like that. And I guess he would make them? That's really cool.
like
And
hold on. Like he's making Paul. Is he making like is? Go ahead. I apologize. I apologize.
okay, ex New York Times. Oh, so him and New York Times dated. I hope it wasn't a bad breakup. Because New York can be kind of rough
But
sometimes.
she is the city that never sleeps.
Except with this guy at one point.
Oh, fucking.
Ross looked at your face. I caught the wall flashback.
I just there was just a hint of that. See, but I laughed this time. Yo, back then I couldn't. I couldn't enjoy it at all. Hey, and you watch your mouth about New York. New York is not a whore.
Shot dead in Ukraine. Well, what killed him? I see they took pictures of him while he was dead, but what killed him?
No.
This is a very confusing headline. He created film, dated New York, and they took pictures of him while he was dead in Ukraine. A very interesting man.
I actually feel it.
Oh, okay. I see. A pass that says press on it. So he probably pressed to make the film because the films are so thin. So he had to press them. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
All right, I think I'm full up on Paul. I'll be honest. I think I am full up on Paul.
All right, well, that's a wrap on Paul.
Right.
This is why Lobo is why Lobo.
I was approaching my threshold. You know what? That is a good question. Did he press with hand or foot? We go to our correspondent, Paul.
Are we going back to Paul? Okay.
Did he press with a hand or foot? Is there any evidence of that in the article?
Maybe he pressed with the pass because the pass looked very thin. So if you was to press it on the film, you push it down and then it would get thin, and then you could use it for movies. He must be really old if he made film. Maybe it was time for him to die.
Oh my gosh.
He lived a very long time.
I'm gonna say we moved into less than in poor taste. We there was an attempt. There was a Paul, and I am now appalled. There we go. I thank you all for being here through this.
Now you all understand why Lobo had such a hard time dealing with Paul.
And I mean this was but the taste. The practice and the chat would go for some time usually. Yes, appalled. So yeah, in that company we did appalling.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Fuck. Yeah,
no more.
we've done a fair amount of things. I feel like
We did a lot of videos. We did a lot of videos. I'll never forget the guitar guy.
Yep, that was right after I bought my guitar and learned like 2 or 3 chords. I was like, all right, here we go. I'm just gonna gonna strum this thing for everybody. Oh my god, I just remembered that we got Wendy in too. She actually did a video with them. That was, oh man,
Yeah.
that was great.
What was it? Girls' Night In?
Girls' Night In. Yeah.
Yeah, we filmed it at my old place. Oh man.
Yeah, that was honestly. I gotta say, man, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I always thought that I didn't get into enough. I didn't get into enough, or I wasn't doing enough, or I wasn't like, trying different things. And I look back now, and I'm like, fuck, I did a bunch of shit.
Didn't I say earlier in the cast that we did a lot in a short amount of time?
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like I didn't realize just how much, and one of our friends in the chat now, like he works his 2 jobs, and he like, or what, and does an occasional 3rd job, and like still has time to hang out with us and like play games and stays up late and all this other and I can't remember the last time I had that kind of energy, but now thinking about it, like back then I was working 2 jobs, going to school full time, and like acting in this thing, or trying to act in this thing, right? And like still trying to have my own personal life. And it's crazy that if we don't take a moment to step back and take perspective, we really think that we're not doing anything. Yeah, you can ask Ralph, bro. I am the same way, right? In the late 1900s, in the early aughts.
No, this was the early aughts.
This was
early to mid aughts.
Well, no, not even. This was the late aughts. This was early teens more than anything.
Late aughts, early teens, yeah.
And I, more than anything, I just want the 20s right now to be the roaring 20s. Let's bring it back, man. I'm ready to see
more
women
of the crying 20s, bro.
See women in flapper dresses. I want to wear zoot suits and aviators.
If we're being honest, bro, this decade started horribly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What did we expect? We technically have prohibition right now.
We have prohibition.
It's with marijuana instead of alcohol. There's instead of a speakeasy, you got smokeasies. Ooh, excuse me. My.
Oh man. If you want to go to a peak show, just go on TikTok first up.
Oh, yo, it's ridiculous. I don't even have TikTok on my phone, but I
have TikTok and I actively post. I'm not gonna lie.
I have not. I don't know.
It's not for everybody.
I feel like TikTok is interesting at the very least. I think that it does have a lot of potential, but I feel like because it is or rather, I feel like it is the quote unquote best parts. Vine. Well, and that's the thing, right? I feel like it takes the quote unquote best parts of all these little niches of social media that were really popular and joins it all together. And when you do that, I feel like it's kind of a dangerous thing, right? Because it feeds off of an algorithm, right? Your For You page is specifically set up for you. So that means that everybody's going to have confirmation bias. If you're looking up something that might confirm what you believe, you're going to find it. And that's going to be the only thing you see on TikTok. And then you also have the constant, the visuals are always on, right? Like there's from what I've seen on TikTok, there's no break in the page. You go from content to content to content to content to content.
It can be, and it's very attention grabbing because it's not constant stimulation.
You have that constant stimulation, that attention, and we don't talk about it much, but it's something that I've been thinking about and studying lately is the dopamine that we get from that, the chemical in our brain that controls satisfaction over creating confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance. They are going to create exist and create echo chambers forever. But I feel like when your product is specifically just that, like that's when like it's a weapon.
Yeah.
It's like it can 100% be used as a weapon to, to like we like, what do we do as a people? We sit down. Oh my god, that's actually terrifying, a hyperbolic echo chamber. We do have Better TTV on here if you guys wanted to use Better TTV emotes. Although I think I have to add those specifically. Anyway, I jump from topic to topic.
We always do.
Yeah. I think, if I hate to say it, because I feel more and more like a boomer every time I do, but I feel it with my whole chest, is we need to spend more time like with the people around us and learning how to like actually read emotions, and less time assuming emotions, because that's what we do on the internet. Like when you're looking at text and data and all of this coming at you, you interpret it how you interpret it, as opposed to having an opportunity to really see and feel what the intention is. I feel like it makes it more difficult to really crunch it down and be like, oh, okay, this person is doing this or this because they're having fun with it and enjoying it, as opposed to this person's doing this or this because I know it's going to entertain every person that sees it. When we start doing things because of what we enjoy out of it, as opposed to like trying to attach our sense of self-worth or enjoyment to the results that these things get, it's like wow. He brought it. And we attach our sense of self-worth and to the results that come from these things. I feel like it kind of fucks with us. It forces us to no longer consider our own values, but it would force us to to adjust our rhetoric and our sort of way of thinking to what we expect from other people, or what we think is expected from other people.
I was gonna say a good example of this podcast. I think is a good example. This is something we're doing because we enjoy doing it. We enjoy talking. We enjoy discussion. We enjoy involving other people in conversation, because sometimes we get perspectives that we may not have had initially. We get opinions we may not have had initially. We love you too.
We love you.
Yeah. And I feel like our intention with this podcast isn't to blow up. It'd be nice. It'd be very nice.
Yeah. But
we're not going into that with that intention. We're going into this with the intention to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to have good conversation,
and create a community.
Community.
Start conversations.
Exactly. And if we're able to grow and become bigger and be able to touch more people with what we're saying,
consensually,
in our opinion,
of course, consensually touch more people.
Consensually, of course. We can't just go around touching people. Oh, I hate that you just remind me of an Ed, and Eddie episode. I'm not going to get into it.
Many dollars, Ed boy.
No, you reminded me of when Eddie was like, serial toucher on the loose. Hide your things, hide your valuables, serial toucher on the loose. No, but I really hope we're able to reach a lot of people with our conversation, because maybe we can get some perspectives they might have not have thought of before, and maybe they can grow because of it. So, people who are here, feel free to tell your friends, tell your family members, tell anybody that you think would be interested in hearing us talk about anything and nothing separately and sometimes at the same time.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes most of the time. And also, if you guys are able to check your once you've earned the common sense, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options to you guys to really be involved and help us customize your experience on this stream. because we want you to be comfortable. We want you to enjoy your time here, and have a good time. We want input from you guys. Just how I was talking about earlier with our Discord server, that we're like a little family. And we try to be there for each other and correct each other and defend each other. That's what I
And roast
want.
each other.
Yeah,
Let's not pretend that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I want for this community. I just want to help build a community where we can all. I don't expect us all to be comfortable. I expect us all to grow.
Yes.
I want us all to strive to be who we are and be better versions of who we are. My friends in the chat, my little family in the chat, they know that I fuck up. They know that they know when I'm not, when I'm not on the ball. They know when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and they'll tell me about it. Because you need that from your friends, or at least I feel like you need that from your friends.
I feel like if you can't tell your friend, if you can't, now, of course, in the delivery makes all the difference in the world. But if you can't point out the faults or the issues and the mistakes that your friend is making with the intention to help them do better,
accountability,
that is very important. With the intention of
Huge.
helping them do better, I don't feel like that's not a full-blown friendship. Like, you really have to be able to hold your friends accountable. Like, if I see Lobo doing something he's not supposed to be doing, I'm gonna say something like, "Bro, you maybe should be doing that, doing this." And whatever happens after that is out of my hands. But I just need to know I tried to help.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I feel like feeling responsibility. Feeling responsibility for your, and I get taking it back to animals, to animals, not Hanimals with an H. Taking it back to animals. If feeling accountability and responsibility for your pride, or for your pack, or for your your group, your thunder, whatever you want to call your group of friends. Because we got a Thunder of Dragons, we got a Murder of Crows, we got a Parliament of Owls. Anyway, whatever you want to call your group of friends, taking that responsibility and feeling accountable and knowing that all your friends are the shit because you all work on yourselves together. I have to tell you, honestly and personally, it has helped my confidence over the past couple years. And my boys have told me themselves that it also, being in the group and the way that we've pivoted, because we weren't always like this. Our conversations weren't always like this. We weren't always super positive and helpful towards each other. We were just ourselves, and we came together to play. And it was over time that we really tried to push the narrative that we fucking, we gotta be good to each other. Especially if we're planning on spending this much time with each other, we should just try to be good to each other. This gorgeous, man. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for subbing.
I have another small, it doesn't relate to what we're talking about. I have another small skit that I have a suggestion for that I might do. You'll indulge me. So in this scenario, I am in a relationship. I'm currently single. I am in a relationship in a scenario with an amazing woman, and I am coming to you as my friend to tell you about another woman that I have been canoodling with while committed in this relationship.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, let me get into character and do it.
Okay, sorry.
How you gonna approach it? I would never do this, by the way. All right.
It's a commitment thing.
Tell me how, right? I was at the bar the other night, and there was this bartender was giving me the eye, right? You already know,
bro.
Shorty, what?
I'm gonna let you finish.
Let me finish.
But go ahead.
Let me finish. All right. So, oh God, So I just saw it was the chat. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna acknowledge it right now. So she would give me the eye and everything, and eventually she stopped asking for bread when I was getting drinks, and like I ended up staying there till like 3 in the morning when they closed, and I had some drinks in me, so I couldn't like do the whole training thing. Anything she offered to give me a ride, and I'm not gonna turn down a ride, especially from a beautiful woman. And I don't gotta put nothing in the gas tank. Of course not. I'm gonna take the ride. So I take the ride. I'm messed up, right? I'm like fading in and out during. And I look, and we stop, and I look up, and we're not at my spot. And we were at her place, and she invited me up, and you can't imagine what happened after that. So I'm just like, Yeah, it was very interesting. Why are you looking at me like that, man?
You know exactly why I'm looking at you like that.
Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't be like that.
Jessica's been fantastic to you as far as I can recall.
She has been, and it's not like I went out looking for it. It just kind of happened.
No, that's bullshit. That's not a thing that just happens. You feel an attraction and you make a move on it. There's no it just happened. Even if this other person pushes it on you, you are an adult. You have the capacity to say, I'm good, thanks. You could have cut the situation off early. See, I'm not going to sit here and fault you for making a connection as an adult. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to sit here and fault you for ignoring all the signs of any sort of attraction. And again, ignoring, right? Because you can go up to somebody's apartment and not have sex.
True.
But
I've talked to you about me and Jessica. She hasn't been giving it up like she used to.
That's a conversation you're supposed to have with her. That's not something that you're supposed to fix on your own outside of the relationship.
That's not something that I could just easily bring up in casual conversation.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not an easy conversation to have, but if you care about somebody, it's a conversation you have to have. I like to tell you stories about myself so you can relate. One of my exes, there were only certain things we could and couldn't do, and I had to have a conversation with her because we were no longer making each other happy in that sense. And it was a tough conversation to have. I cried, she cried, but we had the conversation. And because we were able to have that conversation, we were able to move forward together. When you take it upon yourself to come up with a solution that's one-sided, you can also expect a one-sided problem.
But the thing is that, especially with Jessica, because even you said it, Jessica's been amazing. Jessica is amazing. She cooks, she cleans, she always is checking in on me. She helped me get that new job that I told you about. Like, great, but it's just like, this is the one thing that's not, it's not doing what it needs to do. So it's like, I feel bad bringing up the one problem, when I should just kind of take it on the chin, but I could just find that elsewhere. Like, does it really need to be a problem?
I don't mean to laugh because I feel like it's rude, and I don't want, I'm not trying to belittle the situation, but I also want you to take into account, let's say separate story, right? None of this happened. Right. Let's say you and Jessica, you guys just did your thing, right? You guys had sex. You felt like you put work in. You felt great. You put her out. She went to sleep right away, and you're like, you know what? You feeling like a king. I'm gonna go play some video games. I'm gonna chill.
Well, that's regular,
right? So you go to the living room, you sit down, you start playing video games, and you hear coming from the bedroom. Now,
somebody better be texting her.
It could be a long phone call, right? But when you approach, and you see that she's using a marital aid to finish the job, how would you feel?
I would feel some type of way.
All right. Now that marital aid is an inanimate object that is supposed to help the both of you in bed. You're going out. That is a solution that keeps it within the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Your solution takes you outside, removes her from the agency completely, removes her from any decision making, removes her from any decision process, and puts only you at the forefront. So now you get what you want, but now she doesn't.
So what I'm hearing is make sure she's not made aware of my dealings so she can't feel any type of way about it. Like I would if I happened upon her doing that.
So,
okay,
Ralph,
I got it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's your character's name in this?
Paul Owen.
Yeah.
Paul Owen.
There we go.
That was a
Yeah.
Paul Owen.
It was.
That was a
See,
Paul
but
Owen.
that's a way that a lot of guys, I feel like, try to get away with that. But
Bro.
pulling back in.
Pulling back forward.
Whatever your name is in this scenario, I would say, are you a meme aficionado?
I do enjoy memes, yes.
And do you ascribe to the ideal that memes have a token of truth within them?
Depending on the meme, it can, yes.
I would also bring up the prevalence of the meme of where every woman is more qualified than an FBI investigator.
No, but that's why this
People-
is perfect because
No,
she trusts me so much,
no,
and I know she won't.
that makes it worse. Okay, violating someone's trust. Here, we're gonna remove a couple things from the equation.
All right.
Violating someone's trust is an ultimate disservice to yourself.
Mhm.
You labeling yourself as someone who is untrustworthy will mar you for the rest of your life. That's gonna put that little dot over your head where when people think of who do I know that's trustworthy, who do I know that is respectful, who do I know that I can take care of these things when I need to take care of, or communicate with me when I need them to communicate with me, you're no longer on that list. All right. And that's one. That's if you only want to think about yourself. If you go to the other side and think about Jessica, who has does all, you listed so many things that she does for you, right?
That's why I could never break up with her.
Okay, she's about to break up with you though.
She doesn't even know what's going on.
She will. All right.
You don't know that.
At the end of the day, your guilt is gonna eat your ass. It will come out in one way or another. And not just that. I'm sorry. I am gonna continue here, buddy, because I care about you, but I need you to understand this, and I need you to hear this. Okay.
Go ahead.
The act of hurting someone does not have to involve, like, why do they need to actively find out for you to feel some sort of consequence? Why is it that you only have to feel bad about being caught and not about what you did? Why does this person who you pretend to care about so much in all these other avenues, why is that so important to you that they not find out? Because you care, or you say you care, right? Or is it because it'll be that much more of a hassle for you when they do find out? That's not love. That's not a relationship. Honesty, okay? Difficult
Okay, I have
honesty.
one last question.
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to figure this out here. Am I wrong for being untrustworthy, or is she wrong for putting her trust in the wrong person?
You're wrong for being untrustworthy.
Man, never on my side.
That is absolutely incorrect. You know I'm always on your side, but I gotta check you when you're wrong, bro.
So what I gotta do? What should I do? What's done is done. I did it, and I'm not gonna lie. I did it in the morning after too. That was completely sober.
I think it's time to have a difficult conversation. I think you have to steel yourself for what the results might be. But I think you have to have that difficult conversation. She's gonna be upset off rip.
Well, I don't want to do it.
You shouldn't have did it in the first place. I mean,
What if
that's
I just don't do it again and then we just let sleeping dogs fly?
it's already been done. You know, the trust has been violated in that relationship. So I would say you hope that with time you can make it up to her. You hope that with time you can show her that that it was a mistake. Me personally, I don't believe that anything like that can be a mistake. Love you, Bay.
Love you, babe.
We'll probably be gone by the time you get back, but we appreciate you being around. You're amazing. Have a great day. I I wholeheartedly believe that when you hurt someone, whether they find out about it or not, like the action has been done. You can't take that back.
All right. I'll tell him. I'll tell you right now. If Jessica breaks up with me, I'm never being faithful to another woman again.
I feel like that is a mistake. I feel like that is the wrong answer, and I feel like that's only going to give you more trouble. Um, and I would say only involve yourself with women who or partners who don't expect monogamy. If that's what you're looking for, maybe that's the thing. Hey, maybe you have to explore to see if you're not, you don't ascribe to being monogamy, not magnanimous,
Monogamous?
monogamous. Fuck, so many words I'm trying to say. Um, because cheating is definitely not magnanimous.
And that scene for me, I can't do it anymore. I already feel so weird rationalizing this
Yeah,
stuff that I would never. It
you know
feels
what though?
so.
I think it's really interesting that yeah. So that's actually another interesting thing is that like monogamy is not for everybody, and that's
It
something
isn't.
that has to be brought up. But again, I feel like it still falls down to the first thing that I was saying is it's a conversation you have to have with your partner.
It is. It
Um,
is.
if you start to
It's
feel unfulfilled or unsatisfied or unhappy, and you don't
yeah.
have a conversation with your partner, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to stay unhappy and unsatisfied, and that frustration is going to cause you to do something stupid later on. Whether it's make a mistake like cheating on them, whether it's entertaining people that you probably shouldn't be entertaining, whether it's giving them attitude or holding on to anger and strife, and like there's just so many things. Having a conversation is the way you rip the band-aid off. All right, you find out one way or another if something's gonna work out. um
two. Just two quick things.
Give me.
Number one, people spend way too much of their lives trying to avoid difficult conversation.
Fact.
It you just gotta try to rip them off and get through them. And as hard as it may be before or during, 9 times out of 10 afterward, you'll be grateful you did
Yeah.
it. And two, I will admit it is. I can imagine it's very difficult for people in this day and age who don't subscribe to monogamy just because it's such the accepted norm when it
It's the
comes
most
to
prevalent
relationships.
relationship structure.
Exactly. And any other there are a lot of people that any other type of relationship, whether it be polyamory or open relationship or anything less than a monogamous relationship, they
Or
don't
not less
feel
than, different than.
are
Not less
different,
than.
separate from a regular monogamous relationship. They feel as if maybe it doesn't have the legitimacy of a monogamous relationship, or feels as if they're being taken advantage of, or just something like that. Like it's sad, and I do feel bad for those who just in themselves aren't monogamous people because then they have to try to fit them. It's almost like
Yeah.
trying to fit. When you were a kid and you had like the little
Square
block.
peg into a round hole. It
Exactly,
doesn't
it's
always
literally
work,
what it is. It
and
doesn't.
maybe like that could be a reason why a lot of people feel out of place. They're like they have a tough time staying faithful in a relationship because love is different for different people, man.
Yeah.
All right, just I know that this is kind of a tangent, but this sort of made me think of like I think it's really reductive when people say that you can't love two people at the same time.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Cause all right, I just picture this situation. All right, let's say you get married at like a young age, at like 20 years old, and something horrible happens. Universe forbid, and your partner dies. 4 or 5 years into your marriage, right? You love that person with your whole heart. That person was everything to you, and they died really before they got a chance to sort of be less than your ultimate love, right? Are you
Yeah,
expected to never find somebody to love again? Are you
you'll never
never
find.
going to love somebody else again? And if you can love two different people at different times, why then can you not love them at the same time? You can have different reasons for being attracted to people. Attraction and love, to me anyway, is different. Because
It
attraction
is.
is relies solely on the physical in my mind,
Yeah.
whereas love, it's an emotional, a mental, like it's it it's a response from every part of your being, really. Like you vibrate when this person is near you.
What was I gonna say? I just want to say that last thing that I said. The if she breaks up with me, I'm never being faithful in a relationship again. That was a quote. That wasn't even something I came up with. That was a
i
quote
I figured.
because I remember talking to this dude, pretty boy, in high school, and he was with this beautiful woman who happened to be a cousin of a friend of mine who's now a dancer in LA and is doing amazing out there. Uh, he cheated on her, and she found out, and she was very upset about it. And I remember he was just venting to me about this, and I don't know why he was venting to me. I don't know if I have a demeanor of someone that can be vented to because people just tend to come to me with things. But he was venting to me about it, about how frustrated he was, about how mad she was at him, and like all this stuff, and how it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I was telling him like, "Yo, bro, you cheated. Like, you can't pretend that's not a thing that happened. Like, you cheated on her. She makes sense that she's mad." So, and then he ended it with that. He said, "All I know, bro, is that if she breaks up with me, I'm never being faithful again." And my first thought was, "What do you mean again? You weren't faithful the first
Yeah.
time." You're literally saying, "I made a mistake, and if I receive the consequences for this mistake, all I'm gonna do again is make that same mistake." Like, that doesn't make any
See, nah,
sense.
I would even remove the word mistake from there. I like
Oh,
I
okay,
because that's it's all intentional at that point. It's
yeah, it's
like
intentional at that point.
he didn't make. I feel like he didn't even make a mistake the first.
Yeah, I might not
Again,
even
that
been.
I don't know. I feel like that's why I say it's never a mistake, man. You feel how you feel, and it is what it is. But we are humans. We are like we have impulse control. Most of us, anyway. Some people don't have it because their brain just doesn't work that way. But we have impulse control. It's one of the things that separates us from animals. And for us
Now,
to like be unable to like control an impulse to fuck somebody when we're in a committed relationship, I that I don't respect that.
I'm gonna say this as far as impulse control. I've never been in a relationship and been in a position where I was entertaining the idea of cheating, but my impulse control was tested when I was very close with ladies who were in relationships, but these ladies in relationships were, how can I put this?
Unhappy or unsatisfied in their relationships.
Unhappy, unsatisfied, and were making it clear that they were willing to step outside their relationship to find this happiness and satisfaction, particularly with myself, if given the opportunity. And then the ball being in my court, because now I have to make sure to respect a relationship that isn't mine and not help this woman cheat on her significant other. Has this happened multiple times? Yes. Have I made efforts to not be that person? Yes. Was it successful
I feel
every
like
time?
I feel like you looked down really fast when you when that if you made efforts part came up. Like you didn't want to
I
see if
made
nobody was
efforts.
looking at you.
The effort was made every time. Now the amount of effort, debatable. Was it successful every time? That is a no. It was not successful every time. I have slipped a few times, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey man, growth, right?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It was, I bet.
Oh God.
Ba-dum-ts. I will say, I think I have in all my romantic dealings, I have almost cheated on a partner once, and just that almost once was enough guilt for me to this day to never consider stepping out on a partner. Like I'd rather try working it out or breaking up before entertaining anyone else. And that like has seriously that's made me super dry. Like I feel like it makes me super dry towards I feel like I become really dry towards people I'm attracted to when I'm in a relationship, because I'm trying to make sure that I do not follow any sort of like any inclination that I may have, or any inclination that is biologically there, and also I don't want to cheat. It sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks for people.
And once
like,
you do it once, like you're a
just
cheater.
being
Like
adult.
there's no.
Just
Yeah.
be an adult and have the conversation. I don't know. I like it. All the stuff makes me feel fucking weird and squeamish. If I'm honest, it's just
Yeah.
when you're. I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be trying to be good to them. Make them as happy as they make you, or more so, or or you should be in a relationship trying to make each other happy. As opposed
PSA. I have a PSA. Because this doesn't get done enough and this thing needs to be normalized. People need to start having pre-relationship conversations. And what I mean by this is sitting down with the person that you and them have entertained the idea of being in a relationship, discussing what you expect from your relationship, discussing what you're more than willing to contribute to a relationship, discuss like the terms, boundaries, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. That needs to be a conversation that happens before you get into a relationship, because that little honeymoon cupcake phase will betray you in the long run.
Yep.
Because it's gonna be real nice and sweet. It's real easy for it to seem like it's perfect when you're getting to know the person. Everything is new.
It's
You're
all
learning all
everything's sweet.
or-
Y'all are just canoodling all the time.
And in that time, you will let any and everything go. Any little issue that pops up.
Like, oh, it's fine. See,
Right,
but that's
yeah.
like people show us our habits, and because we like just getting on in there and getting all that affection and shit. We don't we ignore it. Like we look the other way. People will tell you about themselves. People tell you who they are. You just have to be open to seeing it. I know I've made a mistake.
Little things you got to pay attention. Like let's say, and I'm gonna think of something little here. Let's say I have a girlfriend. Well, I have a girl that I'm dating, and she snorts when she laughs. Some people think it's adorable. Some people might have an issue with it. Let's say I'm in the camp of people that have an issue with it. But we're dating, we're getting to know each other, everything's cool, everything's sweet. Little snort happens. I'm like, that's fine. You keep doing a thing and no cool. You're not saying nothing about it. Snort happens, that's fine. Let's say you're in it a year. Let's say you guys have been committed for a year now. These snorts have been happening, and every time it's been like, it's gone from, it's okay to, oh, that's a little annoying. Ah, she did it again. Ah, it keeps happening. It might get to the point where you guys could be having an issue about something completely separate, and you're having like a little tit for tat, maybe not a full blown argument, just a disagreement. Tit for tat, and out of nowhere you say, "And I'm sick of your snorting. Every time you laugh, you're like a pig. I'm tired of."
What the fuck is that
like,
sound, Candace?
and then it's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
You didn't mention it this whole time that you had an issue with it until like you were in an emotionally heightened state and you couldn't say it in a way that she would be able to receive it well.
Yeah. And like also fucking what do you want her to do about her laugh, bro? Fuck off. You know? Like I feel like me in a relationship like that, I just stop making jokes. Like I just make less jokes.
You'd be less funny.
Right? And that's the kind of person I am. Like I would rather adjust myself, and that's something that I've been working on personally, right? Is instead of adjusting myself just to make sure that the relationship works, is make sure that the fucking relationship works. You know? Make sure that you're compatible. Make sure that, you know, because there's literally billions of people on the earth, right? You can find somebody who you can relate to. You just have to look for them. And that's advice for me too, because I fucking hate going out. I don't go out and do things, man. I'm happy right here. Like I have everything that I need, or except for a partner, obviously. You know, within these four walls of mine. And
I just want to put this on the record. If Lobo was to find a partner who was also an introvert, we would never see him outside again.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, most likely during streams, you'd probably see like my partner's leg in the frame or something, like right over here. But like that'd be it, right? Because I do this stream and then be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go take a nap. All right, and that's like that. That would.
Yeah.
All right, let me not think about it, because I'll sit here and dream.
It'll be that, and if it's the woman that Lobo should be with, she's gonna chill during the whole stream, and after the stream, when we're all said and done, she's gonna want to sit there and have a conversation with you about some of the topics that we had. You're gonna have another engaging conversation about it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Spend like a solid 6 hours talking. Good thing I've got a lot of water to hydrate.
Facts, because after all that conversation, we'll probably be wet less time.
All right. I am thoroughly satisfied. I enjoyed chatting with all of you today.
Yes.
I'm actually off tomorrow and might do a game stream. And then I'm gonna be off on Sunday as well. So we're gonna run this back. We're gonna do Working Title 2 weeks in a row.
Rare, doesn't happen often.
Yeah. And then we're gonna be potentially going back to every other week. We just gotta check in on Ralph's schedule here. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate every single one of you. You're all gorgeous, honestly. You are beautiful. I can't see you, but I know it. We have
talking about you.
Yeah, we have a suggestion box. You know, if you want to hear us talk about anything specifically, you know, you think of something you want to hear us talk about, you want our opinion on, or you want to drop your opinion on something, feel free to use that suggestion box. You know, it's huge. I'm looking forward to just seeing what you guys are into and what you want to hear about, because we've got tons of opinions about shit that doesn't matter. So we want to know what matters to you, so we can have a shit opinion on it too. Wink. Also, these days I've been whenever I wink, I say it out loud. You know, just for my visually impaired fam. You know, You never know.
That's why. Is that why?
I mean, there's that, and also because I'm weird. There's, you know,
If this was a
wink.
full bonus audio podcast, it'd be good though.
Yeah.
Wink.
Well, yeah. People might
They
listen
hear
to
the
it
wink
on
and they'll be
YouTube.
like, I feel like I'm in the room.
There you go. Wow, this is immersive. But yeah, I don't really have any other points to bring up. Ralph, anything? Chat, anything?
I'm about ready to sign out. I do want to start incorporating the skits into our streams because that was a nice little thing that we tried today, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was a fan of that. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
Again, thank you all so much. Thank you, Lysol, for for being the warden. It's like, no, we good. I checked with everybody.
Are you good? You good?
Yeah,
Hey, no,
yeah.
you good? Okay, yeah, we're good.
Again, love you all, man. Thank you for coming. Have a
Thank
great
you.
rest of your day. Be kind to each other and be kind to yourselves.